we have the big quit as of yet, but I think one way or another it's gonna hit us, and we need to be ahead of the game, and we need to be mindful in terms of how can we proactively be prepared for that. So what we are seeing from our end, as recruiters is more and more, I mean, we live in a transient market. So in general, when anybody asks me about my personal experience in terms of challenges when I used to work in North America versus in the region, and I always say, in North America, it was always hard to get through the gatekeeper. However, here, it has been, for the last 25 years, easier to speak. People like to open up. People think they are here in a transient period, so how can I get the highest ROI within 2 to 5 years? However, we are seeing now more and more engagement just for the sake of engagement, and we're seeing a very risky behavior, which is the counter offer. So many are engaging in the conversation, not because they're interested to move, simply because they want to go back to their employers and get a better package, which is risky for both, and this is what we keep on trying to consult or advise both stakeholders. So for clients, we always say getting into this ball game, statistics shows that they won't stay more than 6 months. So anybody that you're trying to win by giving them a counter offer, you're not really winning them. It's already, just already out. It's just a time matter.
The problem for now.
And the same thing from candidates. We always tell candidates, put yourself in your manager's shoes. If you're coming to me twisting my arm because you want me to pay you more, would I ever trust you? I might have to sign now because I need to gain time, but tomorrow I'll be looking to replace you. Not only that, I also say in our region, no matter how grown we become, it's still very much relationship, network, and people talk. So, I always say that we have to be super careful in our behaviors, because you never know who might ask whomever about what you have done and how this can impact. So the counter offer issue, the kind of shopping around is becoming more evident. The other thing, speaking about the compensation levels and the market range versus what companies are offering, yes, of course, there's a great war within the technology, but even you can ask Janet and she can start crying, even in semi-government, we've seen it, either here or in Saudi, especially when we're tackling nationalization, which is one of the most nationalization female, heads. So we've been looking and doing our best to find those talent, and then we are pushed again and again that the client need to pump the package to be able to attract them. So there is a little bit of disconnect between the required skills and competencies and the packages that are offered. But I think also it's not just the package, it's the whole package in a way. So there is more and more emphasis on what else can I offer. Clients need to think in an innovative way.
And then I'd love to hear you guys, is anybody mandating office return? What is it like in terms of, efficiency on closing down, office portfolio? Let's hear from Nairouz first, and then perhaps we can put it out.
Or shall we call first?
It's up,
Yeah, it's mixed, honestly. So I can tell you, even from our end, what we have found within our team, the members that have families, they prefer to stay at home because they're able to juggle many things. However, the single or individuals that are living alone, they were dying to come back to the office. And the minute that we were allowed to, Janet is one of them, and she's always been in the office, not a single day out of the office. But for me, for example, I have the hybrid. And the same thing we're finding with our clients, that it's kind of mixed. Some people, they like to go, so some of the water cooler conversations, some are saying that it's, no matter how engaged we are virtually, there are things that happens while you're just walking in the corridor in the office, and then you stop by and have this quick conversation, and decision is made, and here we go. So there are those bits and pieces that are missed in the virtual world. Yeah. Maybe I can pull in a friend and a client, because I know that they have an example how they've done the office distribution, utilization. Can I ask you?
Of course, yes. Sure. Thank you.
Shireen from Medtronic.
So we're in the client. Actually, we implemented very recently the hybrid model.
Yeah.
So we distributed the working environment between staff, like the state.
Able to lead with ambiguity, quick decision making without having enough data, trust and relationship. You know, all those. When we've done the survey to see what are the leadership attributes required for the future globally, these are the top ones, which comes naturally within emerging market, you know, evolving leadership within developed market. So that's one angle. We're now seeing an appetite in developed market for the type of talents that we have in the region. You know, in the past we used to push a lot for them to be accepted at headquarters. Now it's the other way around. The other part is from the diversity and inclusion, especially if we talk about gender diversity. And I can say the ladies here, I worked with them on that, and thanks to them, they opened door for us beyond the region. And you know, the leadership at Medtronic, they said that the type of gender diversity you bring to the table is quite different than what we have in developed markets. So for example, in Europe, it's all European female worked in developed market, period. So it's not that diverse. So we want ethnic diversity. We want different perspective, different sector, developing market expertise as well as developed market. So there is, of course, we're not 100% exporting talent, but I'm saying that there is now a change in the trend.
Yeah.
So, which I'm proud about, to be part from this region, to see that finally we can be at that level where what we have here is becoming really a high commodity and attractive for developed market.
I think inclusion and collaboration is such an important topic. Again, I'd like to open it out to all of you in terms